Hello there, welcome back to my net zero farming series here on Erlengrot. I'm Mighty Mike. You see I do have a new harvester here. Got the Claas Tucano 580. It ended up being on sale. Picked it up for about 158,000, and then I had to buy the header new. And I may have made a mistake doing that. Ended up having to take out more loan, so I'm now up to $310,000 in debt. I did send a helper down with 7 bales to the biogas plant, so he's dropped those off today so that we can use the equipment, the diesel equipment. So I ended up reducing the number of bales I needed to take down to the biogas plant to 7. Thought that 3 bales on the large solar panel was a pretty good figure, so that's what I'm going to go with here on this playthrough. Is for every one of those solar panels, those large solar panels, we'll reduce the silage bales down to the biogas plant by 3. So 7 bales down today, and that helper should be coming back with a Rigitrack. And as soon as he does, we'll get him hooked over to the grain cart that I got, that C-Tender grain cart. The only problem, and so the driver's back, just got a text. And so the thing that I have to figure out now is, where do I put these crops? I don't have a silo, really don't have any money. So I need to figure out if it's going to be worth it to try and store these crops, or if I would be better off just going ahead and trying to sell them now and take what I can get. I don't know. I'm going to have to see as soon as we get our first full load, see where maybe I can put them. I do have the bulk goods barn that I could potentially drop them off there on the ground and then have to scoop them up later. So I don't know. I'm going to have to come up with something there. But for now, I'm going to focus on getting this canola harvested. I don't think this field is going to take too long. The combine is actually running pretty well. I was concerned about using a combine on the hilly areas, but it seems to have plenty of power and is actually doing just fine. Alright, we have the combine running around the headlands here, almost Got 2 full headlands done here, and I see us at 75%. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this headland here. Hopefully I can get all the way around before I need to unload. And then I'm going to go grab the trailer and get our first load off of this combine. Well, I got almost to the very end there and ended up having to stop, but I'm not sure that the ridge track's going to be able to do this. The struggle up this hill is pretty tough, so I may have to swap over to the Steyr, but we'll see. We'll get the first load in here and see how it pulls it. It is really slow to get up that hill. Now I got all of the grain into the trailer there, but if you notice, the weight of the trailer is actually dragging the ridge track back down the hill. I'm not sure that's going to work out. Let me get this pulled up here to the top of the hill. I'm not pulling nowhere. It is not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to have to do something there. Let me go ahead and get the combine back to going. And I'm just going to let a worker take off across the field there. And now let me go get this trailer issue handled here. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from the trailer, because I don't think I can turn. Let's see, can I back down the hill? Maybe I'll do that. All right, I'll just disconnect it right there. Then we'll run down here and grab the Steyr. I've been thinking too on these crops, they will all come ready to harvest here at about the same time. So I think what I'm going to do is, after I get done with harvesting the crops, I may go back and plant a cover crop of grass. That'll let me be able to get maybe another harvest of grass. And then also when we turn it in, we'll get another state of fertilization. So I'm still looking to try and go all natural on the fertilizer. So that may be a way for me to get something out of the fertilizer state instead of planting the oilseed radish. Let's see if this thing can pull this trailer up the hill here. We'll get it pulled out of the way. There we go. That way it shouldn't be dragging down the field by the weight of the trailer. All right, we'll get back to work on this field and get our first trailer load done. Alright, trailer is full. So this thing holds 16,000 liters, which isn't a ton. And it is sinking down in the ground. A lot of weight on those tires. I'm going to go down here. I have decided I do need to store this crop. It is going to pay off. The price is pretty low right now. So I do need to try and save it to sell at a later time. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to come down here to the bulk goods location. And we're going to unload it there. So let's see, I think I'm going to put it in this bay here on the left. Let me get back in there. I may have to move some of this around with the bucket. I get turned around without running into the wheat here. I don't want to damage any of that. Alright, well that's going to be about as far back as I can go there. And we'll get that unloaded. This thing does unload a little on the slow side. But you can see there it is building up there into a mound. So I'll be able to save it there and then scoop it up later when I'm ready to sell it. Alright, that is the last of the canola there. See, a nice little pile I ended up with. So that'll be some good money later on down the road. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this out of the barn here. We don't need to go far. Get it shut down. I need to go get the combine. It is still up on the hill. So let me go grab that. We'll come down here and start working on the wheat. Alright, I got the combine out there in the field. You see, it is going along, dropping a nice straw swath. So I'm pretty excited to get that up and available to use. Still have the little Pottinger baler here, so I'm going to go ahead and hook to it with a Rigitrack and see about going ahead and getting some of this off of the headlands here where the combine will end up turning around. I want to make sure I drop these bales off the field so that I don't put them in the way of where he's going to be turning around. Alright, we got one bale there. I'm going to just pull it over here and drop it off in this grass area here. And we'll get the next bale here made up. Alright, now I'm going to run down beside the barn and go ahead and clear that area off. That way we're not running over the swath. It looks like the combine is nearly full. And again, I don't want to drop the bale in the way, so I'm going to move it over here. We'll pick back up here. Try not to run into the combine. Ooh, it's going to be close. Alright, well at least that cleared there around the barn so we can do our maneuvering as we need to. I do know that I'd need to pull the field back away from that entrance somewhat. It is a little bit tight there, so the next time I plant something in this field, I'm going to have to consider that and leave some space there in front of the barn. May go ahead and extend the apron there in front of the barn with some gravel just to give myself a little bit more room to turn around. Alright, let's see if I can get some of this headland off of here on this bale here. Alright, since it has already harvested down here, we're going to drop it right here. It will not be in the way. It looks like the combine is full, so I'm going to leave the Rigitrack there. I'm going to have to hop into the combine here and turn him around so that we can get to the auger. Alright, and we'll get the styer pulled over here as well. Now, I don't know how long this seed tender trailer is going to work out. It is kind of low on capacity. It was cheap. I bought it because of that. But it's doing a trick, so we'll hang on to it as long as it serves its purpose. We do have the trailer over beside the barn there. I can get some panels and convert that into a grain trailer. So that may be something I'll look into in the future as well, depending on how much capacity I need in my trailers when hauling off the grain. All right, I'm just going to pull this out of the way here, and we'll get the combine going again. All right, we'll let the helper continue on there. And we're going to go ahead and try and get around the rest of this field here. And get this last strip of headland straw picked up. Alright, got the field finished up harvesting and got the baling done as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try. You know, I was going to dump it in with the combine, but I think what I'll do, I think I can get further back with the tractor there. We're going to leave the combine running here. We can grab the rest of that wheat in just a moment. Go ahead and get the auger out here on the trailer and back it in. I think I can back all the way up and get this pile of wheat further back into the storage shed there. We'll let this unload here. Not ideal having to drop the grain here, but we don't have the silo like I mentioned before, and to put one in would be costly, and I just don't know that it's the best thing at this point. I do feel like going arable has actually hurt the farm, to be honest with you. Having to buy the combine and some things to get these crops grown and harvested has really put me in a hole here. So I do want to return back to looking into some grass work. I think doing that, having hay and silage available to sell is actually going to be the most cost-effective option here for right now. Not saying I am not going to do any more arable crops, but I think that's where the money's going to be, at least to get some of this machinery paid off, and then hopefully we can start turning a profit here on some arable work. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please be sure to give the video a like. If you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate if you consider subscribing. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you back here next time.